Tonight on Connecticut's news station, the storm subsiding after another round of flooding rain and gusty winds. A look ahead to a better weekend coming up.
In a decision today by a federal judge over a wrongful murder conviction decades ago, two men want to sue former medical examiner Dr. Lee, who fabricated evidence against them. We'll hear what the judge decided and what's next for the two free men.
And with the U.S. women's national team on the road for another World Cup title, Connecticut soccer fans are coming out in droves to show their support. We'll give you a front row seat to all the excitement.
Now at 10. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we begin tonight with the weather. An afternoon of serious thunderstorms, all making way for the first weekend without rain in nearly 2 months. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10 here on CW20. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. We saw downpours across the state this afternoon. Certainly not good for the parts of Connecticut still pretty waterlogged after last week. But the good news here is we're looking at our first dry weekend since Memorial Day. Meteorologist Ryan Breton joining us now. Ryan, it is about time.
Yeah, Sarah and Brent, you're absolutely right. The rain is now moving out, but we had another soaker for a while in many places late this afternoon into the early evening with a couple of rounds of storms. A few areas were hit particularly hard, one being just south of Waterbury through the Naugatuck Valley, parts of eastern Connecticut. But the very heaviest of the rain fell right around the city of Hartford, with some radar estimates of more than 3 inches of rain from Wethersfield over into East Hartford and into Manchester as well. There also were some reports of wind damage, one of them being in northeast Connecticut in Chaplin, and another one in Hamden, where there were some trees and wires reported down a bit earlier. Now the rain basically over. There are a couple of storms out in the Sound and a few lingering showers in northern Connecticut, and we're starting to cool down, and eventually we'll lose the humidity. It's still humid right now, but look at the dew point trend for tomorrow. Something we haven't seen much at all. Comfortable levels of humidity, relatively speaking, coming up tomorrow. We have a beauty of a day, sunshine from start to finish, warm with lower humidity and high temperatures tomorrow in the low and mid 80s. It gets even better for Sunday, and we'll see how long this dry stretch lasts. We need it. Coming up in just a few minutes.
A 14-year-old girl is dead after a crash in Waterbury. She was one of 4 teens riding in a stolen car around 2 this morning. None of the teens were old enough to drive. We're going to show you surveillance video from right before impact, but do want to warn you it might be difficult to watch. This is at the intersection of East Main and Baldwin Street. A 38-year-old man was driving the white car you see there when a black Hyundai, the stolen car, comes speeding through a red light. The Hyundai had been stolen earlier in the night. One witness tried to help the 14-year-old girl before she died.
She was alive. She said, "Help me, help me." She had something stuck in her, near her stomach.
It's ridiculous. A lot of these young kids are stealing cars out here. I mean, I don't know what the police are going to do, but they got to start doing something out here.
Police say 2 of the teens are expected to be okay. A 15-year-old boy is in critical condition. The driver of the other car is expected to be okay, but his passenger, an 18-year-old, has serious injuries. Police tell parents to make sure they know their kids' whereabouts to avoid tragedies like this one. And Waterbury Public School Superintendent Dr. Verna Ruffin issued a statement saying, in part, quote, "We mourn the death of our student and extend our deepest condolences to the family. We hope and pray for the recovery of the 3 other students who were hospitalized," end quote. The district is offering counseling for students.
The 79-year-old pilot who had a medical emergency during a flight to Martha's Vineyard last week has died. Massachusetts police say Randolph Bonist of Norwalk passed away last night. His wife, Robin, jumped on the controls and landed the plane just off the airport runway, breaking its left wing. It happened last Sunday. She was thankfully uninjured in the crash. The FAA and NTSB are still investigating what happened.
West Hartford police arrest 2 men for allegedly selling tobacco and THC products to underage customers. Police say Faisal Nashir and Kayas Alhagra sold products to teens at Kayas Convenience Shop on LaSalle Road. Parents complained to police it was happening. Police discovered the shop was not licensed to sell any THC products at all. Police say they seized more than 100 THC products. You're looking at them here. They were on display at the store. Nashir and Alhagra were both released on $15,000 bond. They're due back in court next week.
Well, new at 10 tonight, a federal judge has ruled against former state medical examiner Dr. Henry Lee in a case that sent 2 men to prison for a murder they did not commit. That federal judge ruled to allow the 2 men to file suit against Dr. Lee, as well as several police investigators and the town of New Milford. Back in the 80s, Sean Henning and Ricky Birch were convicted in a 1985 murder of a retired truck driver. Both men were teenagers at the time and continuously pleaded their innocence. They served decades in prison before finally being released after it was determined Dr. Lee fabricated evidence in the case. The former state medical examiner could now be liable for millions of dollars in damages. And also new tonight, a move to save customers from overspending on their bills. Connecticut utility regulators approving a distribution rate increase for United Illuminating that is just a small fraction of the 8% rate hike United Illuminating had wanted. PURA approving an increase of just under $2 million for UI. The company originally hoped for a $130 million rate increase over a 3-year period. Attorney General William Tong applauding the move tonight, saying this decision sends a clear message about basic obligations to ratepayers. All right, the U.S. women's national team is playing its first match of the World Cup right now, and soccer fans are excited to cheer them on the road for another title.
A watch party's happening right now on Pratt Street in Hartford and in our newsroom. But on Pratt Street, that's where we find Fox 61's Gabby Molina with more. So, Gabby, how's it going down there?
It is a fun time. It is a party on Pratt Street right now. You can see tons of people filling the street right now, watching the game on the big screen. And there is plenty of excitement here right now, especially because we're up 2-0 right now. Now, earlier today, I also got a chance to speak with some soccer fans who say that this team has what it takes to win it all. The Women's World Cup is here, and the excitement for it has been building.
It happens every 4 years. It's a big event to bring all soccer fanatics and players together. I think it's super special.
Connecticut soccer fans are ready to cheer on the U.S. women's national team.
We're all rooting for the home team. A lot of us coach in U.S. soccer programs, so we're very connected to the team and to the programs, and it should be exciting.
Rick Durella is the owner of Oakwood Soccer Club in Glastonbury. It's where players like Riley Houle get their start.
I've played probably since I was 5 and pretty much grew up at this facility.
She says she also grew up watching the U.S. women play. At the time, it was stars like Mia Hamm. But the team she watches now has some familiar faces for her.
Some of these players that are in the World Cup I've played with, growing up, it's crazy that, they're still with it and doing so well.
An inspiration for young players who one day want to do the same.
You can't even measure how important it is. It's something that they can use as a goal for sports and following their dreams, whether it's soccer or whatever their passion is.
Soccer fans say the sport is growing in the U.S., thanks in part to this team.
It's already like the most popular sport in the world, so we can just hope that it continues to grow in the U.S. and that more people can get to appreciate it.
And they believe the U.S. has what it takes to win it all.
I think they're one of the best in the world. I think they can win it this year like they have previously. I think all around they're just a solid team.
And Team USA is set to play again against Netherlands on Wednesday. That's also happening at 9 o'clock, and you can also watch that on Fox 61. Live in Hartford, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Gabby. And Fox 61 is your home for the Women's World Cup. Tomorrow morning on Fox 61 Morning News, catch the action from down under bright and early as the group stage kicks off with the countries in Group D. England battles Haiti starting at 5:30 a.m. Then it's Denmark versus China. All the action right here on Fox 61.
And it's an exciting summer for film lovers. This weekend, 2 of the most highly anticipated movies of the year are hitting theaters, and both on the same night. Barbie and Oppenheimer open tonight, drawing huge crowds to theaters with a buzz many people haven't really experienced since pre-pandemic. Fox 61's Jake Garcia has spent the night with some film fanatics, and he joins us live now from West Hartford with more on what they're excited to see and how those 2 blockbusters are providing much-needed cash injection for those local theaters. Jake.
Yes, Sarah, if you've been on the internet at all in the past few weeks, you've probably seen the hype for both Barbie and Oppenheimer. And now that the big moment is here, the hype is real as both movies are now hit the big screen.
I thought Oppenheimer was a great movie.
Barbie was amazing. Barbie was so good. It was so funny.
Reviews from local moviegoers are in.
I would rate it like a 9 out of 10, honestly.
The highly anticipated release of Barbie and Oppenheimer has locals flocking to theaters. Viral posts on social media driving the interest sky high for both films.
I'm here for Oppenheimer. A lot of people looking for both. See Barbie, both together.
At Sinopolis in West Hartford, it was a party in pink for Barbie with people dressing up for the movie.
I'm a Barbie girl.
A little less glam for those seeing Oppenheimer based on the physicist and team that worked on developing the atomic bomb in World War II. The theater's general manager says tickets for both movies are going fast.
All of Friday has been sold out. Saturday is nearly sold out. Right now we only have tickets for Sunday and Monday.
After the pandemic, a lot of movie theaters have been aiming to get more people back in the seats, as some chains are closing locations across the country, including here in Connecticut. And the unexpected duo of Barbie and Oppenheimer seems to be helping.
We all kind of stay at home, watch movies at home with our family, but coming out to the theater and having the experience to just be out here and, take the family to a real movie live in the theater, it's always great, it's wonderful, so there's nothing like it.
And ticket sales for both movies expected to be big this weekend. Thursday night ticket sales alone for Barbie raked in over $22 million, and Oppenheimer cashing in on $10.5 million alone on Thursday night. So a big weekend for both movies at the box office. Live in West Hartford, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.